Hi everyone, we're going to find the solution set for each rational inequality. This is part 8, and both of these involve the quadratic formula because we have to get the zeros for the numerator and you can't factor the numerators, so we have to use quadratic formula. So the first one was x squared plus 3x minus 1 over x plus 3 is greater than 0. Our function is this, x squared plus 3x minus 1 over x plus 3. So for our vertical asymptote, where f is undefined, that would be x equals negative 3. However, we can't factor the numerator, so I have to find the zeros by using the quadratic formula. At this level, you should have this quadratic formula memorized and easily substituted. Alright, so I plugged everything in, and basically I got equals negative 3 plus or minus 9 plus 4 is 13, all over 2. Alright, so your zeros are negative 3 plus square root of 13 over 2, negative 3 minus square root of 13 over 2. So now we have to find where this is positive, strictly speaking. So the intervals I am choosing for this, I'm going to do the next one. So it's going to go from negative infinity to negative 3 minus square root of 13 over 3. I need to squeeze this in. I'll have to write smaller. Alright, so let me get a little closer. Negative infinity to negative 3 minus square root of 13 over 2. Alright, next one is going to be negative 3 minus square root of 13 over 2 comma negative 3. I don't know if I'm going to get this in. Alright, then negative 3 comma negative 3 plus square root of 13 over 2. And the last would be negative 3 plus square root of 13 over 2 comma infinity. So those are your intervals. Now you plug it into your function. Again, our function was, it's on the next page I had, so let's look at it again. F of x equals x squared plus 3x minus 1 over x plus 3. And we want this to be positive. Alright, so I already plugged these in. I used the calculator, and I plugged in, for mine, I used negative 4, negative 3.25. Oh, whoops, I'm writing the wrong way. Alright, negative 3.25, 0 and 1. My value I got was negative 3, 0.75, 3/4, a third, negative a third. When I plugged in 1, I got 3/4 again. Now we want the positive. This is negative and this is negative, so I don't want these. I only want my positives. So I'm going to pick this one and this one for my solution set. So it's x such that x is in between negative 3 minus square root of 13 over 2 and negative 3, or x is greater than negative 3 plus square root of 13 over 2. And that's your solution set. Okay, the next one is similar. We have x squared minus 5x plus 3 over x minus 5. But this one we want to be negative. My vertical asymptote is at x equals 5. That's where f is undefined. And now I'm going to use the quadratic formula. So that's going to be negative 5 plus or minus square root of negative 5 squared minus 4ac all over 2. Alright, now I'm going to get equals positive 5 plus or minus, this is going to end up being 25 minus 12 is 13 all over 2. So there's my two zeros, and I have my vertical asymptote. So when I do my intervals, I'm going to use my intervals as negative infinity and 5 minus square root of 13 over 2. The next one's going to be 5 minus square root of 13 over 2, comma 5 plus square root of 13 over 2. The next one's going to be 5 plus square root of 13 over 2, comma 5. And my last interval I need to look at is 5, comma infinity. All right. The numbers I chose were 0, 1, 4.5. You might want to use the calculator on this, and 6. I used the calculator on this. And when I got my values and my f of x again was x squared minus 5x plus 3 over x minus 5, and that's negative. So the values I got were negative 0.6, 0.25, negative 1.5, and 9. Well, we want negatives. These two are positive numbers, so I don't really need these two. The ones that are negative are here, these two intervals. So my solution set is x such that x is smaller than 5 minus square root of 13 over 2, or x is in between 5 plus square root of 13 over 2 and 5. And that is your solution set. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.